Hi everybody, my name is Alisa and I'm here to talk to you about how to sound better. But before that, I would love to introduce myself properly. One more time, my name is Alisa and I'm a professional musician, a singer and a vocal coach. My journey started since a very young age. At about age of 5, one of the music teachers noticed me and started to invite me and engage me in different plays and concerts, and so there I thought, I think that's something that I like. But of course, I was very young. I didn't know much. At the age of 8, I asked my grandma to bring me to music school. And there I found out that I really love music and I want to continue learning about music and learning about my voice. So after I graduated, I decided to study singing. So I traveled to Moscow to University of Modern Arts, where I started singing for 5 years. I learned about my voice, I learned about people's voice, obviously, and there I realized that I have this passion to teach. That's where my interest in teaching took place. Yeah, since then, I've been regularly performing. I've been coaching leaders to have a better executive presence, and I've been training people in sales to sound clearer and more confident. And so, that was my introduction. First of all, I would like to start with why our voice matters by asking you a few of my favorite questions that I've been asking all my students and trainees. Question number 1. Have you ever judged anyone based on their voice? Have you ever felt drawn to someone because their voice sounded warm and genuine? Or maybe you felt safe and comforted just because of the tone of someone's voice. Quite sure that on that side, most of you were doing this together with me. Know that from my own experience, and so I've heard from many students. That happens, and so knowing that, what can we conclude? We can conclude that our voice really matters. And in the world of sales, where trust, empathy, and clarity are the key points, most important things, our voice really matters. It can open doors for you and it can also close them. So what you say matters, but how you say it also matters. We need to realize that because most of the time we really underestimate our voice. We think, well, what's so special? What is there so special about our voice? We were born that way, our voice became this way, and that's it. So we just use it without thinking. But the thing is, most of the things that we do throughout our lives, we do automatically. We are not aware of what we're doing. We have habits that we're not aware of. The same goes with our voice. Of course, people who have nothing to do with voice trainings obviously don't know much about our voice. But what I want to tell you and what I want to share with you today is that we can actually influence the way we sound. Of course, most probably things that I'm going to show you won't change your voice drastically, like, whoa, complete another person, but you will hear the difference. And that's the difference that we all want. We want this clarity, we want confidence, we want warmth, we want depth. We don't need any perfection. We just want all those things that I've listed above. And so, first thing I want to start with is how do we form the sound of our voice? It all starts with breath. So when we breathe in, our dome-shaped muscle, that is called diaphragm, which is located right under our lungs, is being contracted and moved downwards so that our rib cage slightly lifts up, which allows our lungs to expand. So when we start talking, it goes back to its natural position, gently pushing the air upwards. Once it goes all through our body, it meets our vocal cords or vocal folds, which are located in our larynx. This larynx is very important, and I want to add a few more things about it. What is it and why is it important? So our larynx changes the pitch of our voice. And it's important to understand because we can influence, again, the pitch. Some people say that, oh, my voice sounds very high, or my voice is very low. And at times it is their natural position and natural sound, but very often, because of the stress, our larynx is being pulled up. And so the sound is also different. It's being more nasal. And so I'm going to show you what this position of our larynx does to our voice. Right now I'm talking to you in my natural position. If I would pull up my larynx, it would sound this way. So first, introduction. Hi, my name is Alisa. Higher position of larynx. Hi, my name is Alisa. Different, right? And if I'm going to add nasal sound, so in my nasal cavity, it would sound that way. So higher position and nasal. Hi, my name is Alisa. And if I would do lower position of my larynx, it would sound this way. Hi, my name is Alisa. I guess all of you could hear the difference between all of those 4 positions that I've showed. So larynx, important because it changes the pitch of our voice and we can influence that. So when the air meets our vocal folds, they start to vibrate, they start to resonate, and that's where the sound is being formed. Then it travels into our throat, mouth, and nasal cavities where it's being amplified and shaped, and that's basically the sound that we receive in the end. The way we hear our voice is very different from the way other people hear us. You know, sometimes you may watch yourself on videos or listen to your voice, like your audio messages, and then you think, seriously? What is that? That's not exactly me. Why does it happen? Why do we perceive our voice differently? The thing is, we hear our voice 2 ways. We hear it through the air, so basically our sound flies out, right? And then it bounces from wall or whatever, and then it goes back. Yeah, travels with air. The second way we hear it is through our skull bones. And the thing with our skull bones is that these bones add vibration into the sound, which gives this warmth that we hear within ourselves inside. But that's not how other people hear us. So yeah, I'm afraid the way we hear ourselves is not exactly the way other people hear us. So your voice on audio recordings or videos, that's your actual voice that other people hear. That's also very important to understand. Now that we know how our sound is being formed, we can understand that. First of all, breathing exercises would be perfect to work with our voice to improve the sound and resonance. Apart from breathing exercises, we need to feel a little bit, right, our voice. And what we also need with clarity is our articulation, because the sound is being formed here, here, and here, and it goes out of our mouth. So the way we shape our vowels, our consonants, are also very important. And the first exercise I want to show you is vocal warm-up. So basically, we're going to warm up our articulatory apparatus. What we're going to do, we're going to use our tongue inside of our mouth, and we're going to do circular motions one way, so clockwise and anti-clockwise, 5 times one direction, 5 times the other direction. Okay, first I'm going to demonstrate, then we'll do it all together. Demonstration. you're supposed to feel tired. You will feel that your tongue is tired. You will feel that your cheeks are tired. And that's how it should be, because we're going to warm up. We're going to bring this blood flow into our muscles. Let's do it all together. Let's start 5 times clockwise, 5 times anti-clockwise. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, go. Ah, I feel it. But that's good. So the second exercise as a warm-up exercise is actually a very important one. I do it with all of my students, all of my trainees, and with singing as well, and with speaking. It's jaw massage. Why do we need jaw massage? Remember I was talking about larynx and the position of it. And I said that very often, because of stress, it's being pulled up. So what happens is, most of the times, most of adults tend to clench their jaw in their daily life. So every day they clench their jaw. Because of that, we create tension over here in our jawbone. Because of that, it's not really mobile. It creates tension, and tension always restricts sound. It has less space to vibrate, less space to resonate. And those are the things, key things for warmth and depth in our voice. So what we want to do, we want to relax our jaw, our jawbones, so that our jawbones become more mobile, the tension will be released, and our pulled up larynx will settle in more natural position, which will change the way you sound. Try to introduce yourself or say a few sentences that you can repeat after the exercise. For example, I'm going to again introduce myself, maybe with few extra words like, "Hi everybody, my name is Alisa and I'm a vocal coach, and today I'm gonna talk to you about how to sound more confident and clear." All right, now the jaw massage itself. What I want you to do, I want you to use these 4 fingers, our middle fingers and our index fingers. You need to bend them, and we're going to use these joints to massage this area. So we're going to massage our jawbone, so upper jawbone, lower jawbone, in between, and where it connects. I want you to massage it quite firmly, and I want you to know that there might be spots where you would feel painful, and it's okay. Keep massaging. Maybe you can stop there and massage a bit longer. It just shows that you have tension there and you're going to release it. So painful sensations are fine. It's completely normal. You don't have to be afraid of those. Keep massaging. 4 fingers, bend, use these joints. First, I'm going to demonstrate a little bit, and then we can do it together. So I'm going to massage with circular motions again, starting with upper part of my jawbone. In between, and the lower part. Right now, of course, I'm speeding up. I'm not massaging as long as I'm gonna massage with you, because it's just demonstration for you to understand where we're going to massage. So this area. Okay, now let's do it together once again. Index finger, middle finger, bend, using joints, going to massage. Let's start. We're going to massage for about 40 seconds to 1 minute, I believe. I cannot really track the time, so If you want, you can pause the video. If I'm going to finish earlier than you, if you have certain spots which you want to massage a bit longer, it's totally fine. Just pause the video, massage a bit longer, and then continue. Because I'm doing this massage almost every day, I don't have very painful spots. But still you will hear the difference. Introduction. Hi everybody, my name is Alisa and I'm a vocal coach. And right now I want to talk to you about how to sound more confident and clear. I can hear the difference, I can feel the difference, and I'm sure if you massage yourself properly, you would also feel and hear the difference as well. So that's a very important warm-up. If you want to sound better instantly, please use it. Don't underestimate the power of warm-ups. You know what I'm telling to all my students and trainees? Why warm-ups are that important to us? I start with comparison to athletes or comparison to your workouts. When we go to train to gym, when athletes start training, what do they start with usually? They start with warm-ups. Why do they do warm-ups? They do it to, first of all, warm up our body, right? Start feeling it. Bring the blood flow into our muscles. Important? Important. Same goes with our voice. 2, why do we need warm-up apart from bringing the blood flow into our muscles? Is to warm up to avoid injuries, because this will help us to actually feel our body better so that we avoid any pain, any injuries. Because with our voice, as with our muscles, we can injure them unknowingly, unaware. And then you would be thinking, why do I feel rusty? Why do I lose my voice, etc., etc. It all can be part of lacking in warm-ups, and then you might have created some injuries. Maybe you have knots in your vocal folds, or maybe there is like too much blood, which is also a problem. So, okay, going away from injuries and problems, I guess you understand why warm-ups are important. Next exercise that we're going to do is sound vibration massage. Why do I want you to know about this massage? This massage, first of all, will again warm your body. Not only your voice, it will warm up your body. It will connect our body to our voice. It will help us to reduce any kind of stress. And it's very good if, for example, you are in a stressful situation, or if in general you're very, very busy and you're switching from one thing to another, from one task to another, and you need to settle and slow down. That's a great exercise, a great tool to come to this state where you're present, when you're calm. And then the sound obviously will also be different, because we are going to warm up our voice and our body. For that, I will need you all to stand up. Sound vibration resonance massage. What I want you to do, I want you to use your knuckles, and we're going to tap our body from bottom to top. While we're tapping, we're going to hum together. So I'm gonna tap myself. I'll start later on, together with humming, like Of course, you will run out of breath at some point. Please take a deep breath and continue. Do not rush. You can do it together with me, or you can pause and keep tapping yourself. I want you to note that areas that have more surface, like upper part of our legs, our buttocks, please tap a bit stronger. First demonstration, and then we're gonna do it together. So you're going to use knuckles one more time. I'm going to bend. You can maybe place your leg on something or start like me. Tap, I'm gonna tap and hum all together. Each area of our body, I want you to tap properly. All the sides of our legs, all the sides of our back, our chest, our arms, our shoulders, back side of our head, and our face. So forehead, cheeks, upper lip, and chin. All right, let's do it together. Are you ready? Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, go. Tap and hum. Hum all the way from bottom to top. All right, let's do it. Upper parts of our legs. Buttocks. Lower back. Lower part of our belly. I'm using this area of my knuckles. Lower part of our ribs. Our chest. Our arms. And the shoulders straight away. I'm doing it all the way from the side of my shoulder until the top of my neck. Another arm. You might feel tired, you can do it slower, and you can take a few deep breaths and continue. Again, shoulders all the way to your neck. back of our head. Forehead. Cheeks. Upper lip. Chin. Take a few deep breaths. Hi everybody, my name is Alisa and I'm here for you today. I feel very nice, I feel very calm. I can feel that I sound different. I'm sure that you hear the difference as well. This exercise not only opens up our resonance, relaxes our throat and chest cavities for the sound to vibrate and resonate. It also brings us in a very, very nice, calm state and presence. So we are here, we are right now, we are grounded, we feel at ease and under control. Now take a seat. Now that we've done this exercise, I hope you feel the difference. Of course, you might feel breathless at first. Just sit down, take a deep breath, stabilize your heartbeat, and then feel that your presence became very calm. So it shifted you from stress to calm presence. It connects your body to your voice. It sets a foundation for resonance. So it opens up our chest cavity, our throat cavity, because we just relax our body. And in general, you're supposed to feel grounded and vocally open. Next set of exercises that I want to show you would be about breathing. So breathing exercises. As I mentioned before, breathing is very important because we speak how? On exhalation. So we're going to work with basically exhalations. What we want to have control over the amount of air that we breathe out, to have a control over the length of our phrases, because very often when we present in front of other people, unknowingly we start to speak louder. And because of that, the way we speak changes and the way we breathe also changes. And we can run out of breath easier and faster. So to avoid that, I'm going to show you a few breathing exercises that will help you with that. First breathing exercise. We're going to take a deep breath and then we're going to exhale on the S sound. First I'm going to demonstrate and then we're going to do it together. So we take a deep breath and exhale. I can do it for a very long time. And what I want from you, I want you to stretch out as much as you can this exhale. So I want you to feel this control that you have over your exhalation, or at least start feeling that there are some muscles that we can control. We can feel them. So let's do this exercise together. One more time. Breathe out as long as you can on the S sound. Breathe in. Exhale. We're gonna do it 2 more times. Breathe in. Breathe out. And last time, if you need to take few deep breaths, just take your time. Breathe a little bit the way it's comfortable for you, because I can imagine that you might feel breathless a little bit as well. And by the way, if you feel lightheaded, is also fine, because very often we are, well, in normal life we don't breathe that way, so we might get too much oxygen, and that creates this lightheaded feeling. If you want, you can sit down, relax a little bit, and continue. Last time. Breathe in and breathe out. So that was our breathing exercise. One more time, why do we need this breathing exercise? Not only it will help us with the control over phrase length, doing this exercise on a daily basis will help us to have control over our exhalation when we are nervous. So in the situations when we start to forget, when we're being put in a situation where we're stressed, we become unaware of our bodies. So doing these exercises daily will help you to reduce this problem with running out of breath already unconsciously. So you don't have to really keep thinking about, okay, I take a deep breath while I start, before my speaking, like, and now I'm gonna present to you and whatever. So just doing this exercise will help you to reduce this problem of running out of breath mid-sentence. Or if you like to sing in karaoke, and you know you're gonna be like, I'm almost there, and then you don't have the air to breathe any longer. So this exercise will help you to avoid this while singing in karaoke as well. And the second breathing exercise I want to show you, to introduce to you, is called forced exhalation exercise. It's called forced exhalation for a reason. We're going to force exhalation. So it's going to look this way. Again, most of the breathing exercises are focused on exhalation because we speak while we exhale. We don't talk like that normally. We talk while we breathe out. That's why it's good to be aware of our muscles, to be aware of how it works, to have slight control and just to make them stronger, to build up your stamina basically. All right, this exercise looks like this. So I'm not going to think about inhale, because it will come automatically. I'm going to exhale 20 times, and on 20th time, I'm going to release, take a few moments to breathe normally, and then continue a few times. So I'm gonna do it 3 times with exhaling 20 times. First demonstration. It's gonna look like this. We're going to breathe in with our nose and breathe out with our nose as well. All right, let's do it together. 20 exhales, then release. Gonna do it 3 times all together. 3, 2, 1, go. Release. If you've noticed, I've done that very rhythmical, in the same rhythm. I didn't change it. I didn't change my tempo for a reason, because we want to build up our muscles, so we have to follow the same rhythmic line. The same rhythmic line. All right, round 2. 3, 2, 1, go. Release. And the last time. 3, 2, 1, go. That was our second vocal or breathing exercise. I think by now you're supposed to feel very chill and very relaxed, because I do feel that way, and I'm sure you do so too. Which is very good, because if we want to sound better, we need to sound present, we need to sound calm, we need to sound confident, right? And confidence equals calmness equals presence. So I'm here right at this moment. I'm taking my time. I'm not rushing anywhere. I'm here for you. Next exercises I want to introduce to you going to relate to our articulation. Now we're coming to a point where we want to not only feel our body, feel the difference in our resonance, we also want to sound very clear. We want to avoid all this kind of mumbling, filler words, etc. Because very often when we rush or when we're nervous, we tend to drop the endings of our words. And at times, it's not very clear what we're talking about. And very often, people are being shy to ask, what is it that you were telling them just now? Because they want to stay polite and they don't want to offend you anyhow. But in the world of sales, again, it's not the best thing, because you want your client, you want your the person that you're working with to understand you very well. And to work on that, I want you to take a very great tool, my favorite one, pencil. Why pencil and not a pen or not anything else? For a few reasons. Because we're going to bite on it, and to avoid any injuries, we need to use a pencil and not a pen, because most of the times pens are made of plastic and we don't want to have problems with our mouth. Second of all, we won't have the same grip because we're going to bite the pencil. We can't do that with a pen. So we won't have the same grip, and plus to that, it creates lots of saliva, and I don't think that's the most pleasant sensation. What I want from you right now, I want you to pause the video, get yourself a pencil, and come back. And now that you're back, I'm going to show you a video from my e-learning course on how to do this pencil exercise. And now, finally, we're gonna use our tool, a pencil. We're going to read together a passage. I'm gonna place it on the screen so you can read along with me. This exercise we're gonna read out loud together. First, without a pencil. Yes, we're going to compare how it's going to sound before that, with the pencil, and afterwards. There's gonna be afterwards. Let's start. Read along, out loud, not inside of your head, okay? We're here to practice our diction and articulation. Let's start. As the hours passed, the full moon rose high into the sky, lighting the land. A faint breeze stirred and cooled sensationally, significantly, consistently. Midnight came and passed silently, for there was nothing to announce it. That's the passage. If you want to choose any other passage, it's fine. Once you know what is this exercise about, you can choose anything you like. You can choose any tongue twister, you can choose your speech, which would be great, or any other text. So now, our wonderful tool. Going to be placed between our teeth like this. And we're gonna try and read as clear as possible. I want you to know, don't bite this pencil of yours too hard, or pen. I hope you've got a pencil. Anyhow, don't bite it too hard. We don't need that. We just need to place it between our teeth and try to articulate as clear as possible. We need to force our tongue, our mouth, our lips to work harder. Yeah? Okay, let's do it together one more time. Between our teeth. All right. As the hours passed, the full moon rose high into the sky, lighting the land. A faint breeze stirred and cooled sensationally, significantly, consistently. Midnight came and passed silently, for there was nothing to announce it. And now, one more time, the same without a pencil. Read along out loud. As the hours passed, the full moon rose high into the sky, lighting the land. A faint breeze stirred and cooled sensationally, significantly, consistently. Midnight came and passed silently, for there was nothing to announce it. So, now that we're done with it, could you feel any difference between how it was before the pencil and after the pencil? For me, I can say that I definitely did feel a difference. I could feel that my speech became clearer for sure, and it was just easier to read this. Why do we need to do this kind of exercise? Because this tool makes articulation more challenging, which ultimately improves our diction. Basically, this pencil restricts the motion in our lips, in our mouth, and we have to force everything to work harder. That's why after removing it, it's much easier to talk and it sounds clearer. So yeah, that was our first exercise. Thank you all very much. Please use any other passage that you'd like. Practice it as often as possible. Thank you. You did a good job. Tell me, how do you feel? I'm sure you're being like, ooh, my voice sounds so great. I never knew I could sound that way. I'm sure you have this kind of impressions and you're probably flabbergasted. And now we're going to use tongue twisters for our next articulation exercise. Tongue twister, seriously? Why do we need that? Not very interesting. Why? Alisa, tell me why. And I'm gonna tell you. Okay, same as previous exercise. pencil exercise. This one will help you to articulate better. It's another great tool if you don't have a pencil on you, but it will also improve your clarity and it will improve your articulation. So what I want you to do is to take any tongue twister. For example, I'm going to use Susie sells seashells by the seashore. So I'm going to try to say it quite fast so you can hear the difference between me saying it at first take and the last take. So Susie sells seashells by the seashore. Not bad, right? But now I'm going to exaggerate every consonant. I'm going to slow down and I'm going to really exaggerate every consonant. By every consonant, I really mean every consonant in the beginning, in the middle, and at the end of the word. So, she sells seashells by the seashore. Susie sells seashells by the seashore. And the last time. Susie sells seashells by the seashore. Susie sells seashells by the seashore. Or, as I said at the beginning, she sells seashells by the seashore. I feel like it's very easy for me to say this fast without tripping over or stumble over words, which is a great thing because sometimes we need to say something to our clients real fast, but we still want to sound clear and understandable. So this exercise using tongue twisters will help you to sound very clear in a bit faster mode. So when you speak a bit faster, when you're rushing, you still sound very clear and understandable. And here we are at the end of my talk, how to sound better, to sell better, how to sound clear and confident. I hope you all could notice the difference in your voice. So let's recap. How many exercises have we done just now altogether? First, we've done 2 warm-up exercises. Circular tongue motions and jaw massage. Then we've done sound vibration or resonance massage. 3, we've done 2 breathing exercises. First one, breathing out on S sound and forced exhalation. And the last round was articulation exercises, pencil exercise, and forced consonants or tongue twister exercise. So, 7 exercises altogether. Thank you all very much for being here with me right now, today, doing all these exercises. Once again, my name is Alisa. I'm very pleased to be here today with you. If you have any questions, ask me anything on Instagram. And I've also created a vocal development e-learning course for those who's interested to discover more about their voice. Check it out. Thank you all very much once again and have a wonderful day.